Southwest Championship Wrestling. In the ring, Terry Allen. Terry, one of the finest young athletes that you're going to see anywhere at any time. In keeping with the quality athletes you see on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Terry's out of Chesapeake, Virginia, weighs in at 235 tonight. His opponent, I'm talking serious business. He is the AWA World's Champion, Nick Bockwinkel. Nick is from Beverly Hills, California. He weighs 241 pounds. And the man has a habit of winning, as you would guess, from the belt he wears. Yeah, it's bigger than bread basket and heavier chances are. Rather bread box. He's one of the good ones. Bockwinkel, a little pompous as an approach, I suppose, would be a mild thing to say. I think perhaps it is possible, knowing Terry Allen, that Bockwinkel could underestimate this young man. He's full of fire. He is a tremendously strong athlete. There's a college wrestling hold if you ever saw one. Terry Allen and Bockwinkel. I'm sure Bockwinkel, confident of victory. You've seen him. And believe me, he feels that way. This is not something he just saying. Bockwinkel feels like he's the best there is on the entire planet. Big head scissor. Allen, on the world champion. Incidentally, speaking of big and strong, guess who's returning to Southwest Championship Wrestling, and we welcome him. Big Bruiser Brody. There are those that will not welcome him. Because I guarantee you this man's standing like standing beside a building. He ripples when he walks, and tough is not descriptive enough to talk about Bruiser Brody. Big full forearm slam. Bockwinkel and Allen all the way across into the turnbuckle. Bockwinkel with that grin on his face, looked like a possum eating peach seeds. What do you think of them apples? Oh, Terry Allen, the victim of inexperience. Hip toss. Figure four. He got a figure four with his leg on his arm. Nick Bockwinkel. Yep, if he don't know a hole, he'll invent it, and probably has several. The man is something to be concerned about when you're in the ring with him, and that's got to be an understatement. All kinds of pain. Young Terry Allen going through. Could very well have the strength of Bockwinkel. I suspect he does, and he's still developing. Still maturing. Still maturing as a wrestler, but he's got to mature some. That mistake he made a moment ago was a rookie's mistake, and something you can't do against the world champion. And he's paying the price right now. He's buying the tickets right at this very moment. As Bockwinkel works on Terry Allen. Colonel Buck coming back. That may not make you happy. I'm not particularly thrilled about it, but nonetheless, he is one of the top wrestlers in the world, and he is coming back. Buck Robley. As is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the Funk Brothers. And I can't emphasize to you, Biggie full of forearm. Bockwinkel across. Oh! And another full body slam. Out of Terry Allen. Don't sell this young man short. You'll hear from him, and you'll hear from him a lot in days to come. Goes for the pin with a side head. Bockwinkel picks up the right shoulder. Almost impossible to pin a man like Bockwinkel with a sitting side head on him. Terry Allen, though, is draining a lot of strength right now. You can bet on that. Draining a lot of strength out of Nick Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel smooth. He thinks he's classy, and he is the world's champion. You got to give him that. Being worked on, head bone being worked on by Terry Allen. Looked like he might about have 22, 23-inch arms on him. Got to feel like a 4-inch Sears and Roebuck vise to the head bone of Bockwinkel at this point. Slams him, and again, working on the backside. Bockwinkel and Allen comes out, gets the arm bar. Bockwinkel on Terry Allen, obviously in pain. Across, Bockwinkel in, hip tosses him. Misses this time with a kick. 1, 2. Ooh, Bockwinkel kicks out. He did not hurt bad enough to go down for that. Again, the side, the sitting side headlock. Terry Allen on Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel knows he's got him an opponent. At this point, he might begin to realize what I knew when this match started. Terry Allen, nobody's pushover. Don't you ever consider this young man to be down and out until you hear the 3 count. See, he and young Tom Pritchard's two of the younger wrestlers on Southwest Championship Wrestling, and I can see now why they're on the wrestling circuit. They're world-class athletes. But then that's how Southwest Championship Wrestling is. Wherever you are in this country, thanks for joining us. I hope you'll make it a weekly habit, wherever you see us. Looking forward to talking to Scott Casey tonight. Scotty is, he's one of my favorite people, as well as my favorite athlete, well as one of my favorite athletes. And he's been injured, and he's been injured more than anybody deserves in the past couple of weeks. Bockwinkel. It's legal, except for the fact that Allen is on the turnbuckle, which doesn't seem to concern Brother Bockwinkel at this point, as he slams him. And again, third man of the ring, Eric Mannheimer, giving Bockwinkel the warning. Allen fights back, and again, he says, how does that feel? You like them apples? We'll have one. And again, with the knee. All the way across, flying drop kicks him all the way to the other turnbuckle, going after the elbow. And again, Mannheimer counting. He might as well be spelling for all it's good going to do him in this match. Allen misses, Bockwinkel moves. Here comes the big full body slam. Terry Allen in trouble at this point. Clotheslines him on the bottom rope. Knee drops him. Mannheimer's counting. I'm sure Terry Allen, the fact that Mannheimer's counting. Big full pile driver. 2, 3, had to be. Bockwinkel stuck his head halfway into the basement. The world champion, Nick Bockwinkel, over game, young, talented Terry Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the world champ. And we'll perhaps get to talk to him later tonight. I certainly hope we do. He's in the area, and he'll be around. We're back in just a moment after these.